yeah. For the Insta. You got to put it on the gram.
So what is it you guys are saying? Okay, cheese.
Everybody wave. Give us a wave.
Simon says selfie. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
All right. They're fine. Well, good evening. Don't everybody talk at once. No. Welcome. Hi. Good evening. My name is Adam Young, and I am the pastor here at Sunny Lane United Methodist Church. I also am serving in the capacity of president of the board of the Del City Creative Arts Institute. And so this, I would just like to welcome y'all this evening. You are on the ground floor of a new thing. And this is exciting, and what a great turnout this is. Give yourselves a hand, yeah. This is really awesome. So let me go ahead and get slides going here. We've got introductions to do. We've got a few people in the house that I want to introduce you to. We've got Maggie Whitaker, who is going to be running our creative space and robotics team. Yay! And is our vice president of the board and awesome church member here at Sunny Lane. And we also have Kay Brader, who is a retired teacher and member of our board. Thank you, Kay. We have Miss Sarah Hamill. Give it up for Sarah Hamill. Sarah is middle school band director and many other things, I am sure, and is our secretary of the board for the nonprofit. In the back, we have Andy Fugate. Hello, Andy. Andy is your state representative for this area and also member of the board and member of our church as well. So, and a great trombonist who, when he's not in legislative session, will be leading that studio. While he's in legislative session, we'll have to kind of piecemeal it with some other folks. But he will be leading the trombone studio in the fall. And then we have Mr. Taylor Rowland. Taylor is our music director here at the church and is also the artistic director for the Del City Creative Arts Institute. So great to have you on board. And he also helps out a lot with the high school and middle school bands in the schools. And so a lot of these kids already know him as well.
Your kids are awesome. I have to tell you something. It's a privilege to get to do what I do because I love it. And I love seeing these happy little faces that are so happy to see me every time I see them. The end.
And then let's see. We also have Haley Tucker, and she is out in the hall still. Many thanks to Haley for running our check-in, and she'll also be helping you at the end for enrollment questions, things like that. Haley has been part of our strategic planning team all through last year. I mean, showing up to monthly and then over the last couple of months, weekly meetings with our strategic planning team. And she will also be leading our flute studio, right? Yes. Yeah. No, wait. She's well, it's all right. All right. So let me go now to, can we click the slides forward to backstory? Awesome. Keep going, right there. Y'all probably can't read that, but I wanted to just share a little bit of how we got to this point. But before I do that, Andy, are we for sure on live streaming? All right, good deal. If you miss anything, or if you have any friends or who couldn't be here or parents who couldn't be here, this will be up on the church's YouTube page, and we'll send out links to that to make sure that anybody who misses anything can always go back and see this presentation. So back in 2023, we started having conversations as a church of how could we be better partners with our community. And I asked our leadership at the time to start having conversations with different neighbors, community leaders, business owners, and just find out, like, where are some areas of need in our community. And one of the things that kept coming up was a need for greater access to after-school opportunities for kids in our area. And as time went on, we also learned along the way that there weren't any students at that time taking lessons outside of class and outside of school. And so we asked, well, why is that? And how could we help with that? I grew up playing violin and being in orchestra. I played orchestra all the way through college and just really felt the benefits of that. Taylor, of course, also grew up playing lots of instruments and composing music and all of those. And so we kind of put our heads together and were like, what if we created some sort of after-school program around music and the arts? And so then last year, around this time, we had a community gathering where we invited members of the community to come and to hear this big idea and to get ideas from folks and to find out if this was something that was viable, if this was something that was needed, if this was something that was wanted, and to get feedback and to kind of help shape what this program would look like. And Miss Sarah showed up to that, thank goodness, and it really kind of took off from there. We had about 40 people show up to that event last year, and over half of those folks were not from our church. They were from our community, and we really wanted this to be a collaboration with the community. So then in March of 2025, last year, we applied for some grant funding, and we established our strategic planning team. In August of 2025, we held a second community gathering, and we gave some updates from our strategic planning team. We had kind of developed a mission and vision, and we presented that at that time and got some refinement on that. In September, we began planning and said, well, let's shoot for a January launch. That seems like just far enough away that we've got time to do what we need to, but close enough that we're going to have to kick our butts into gear and make this happen. And so we started meeting weekly at that point. We started recruiting board members, and we held our first fundraiser concert in October, which I didn't put on this list. And we held another focus group with potential parents and community members and gained more insight into shaping this program. So all along the way, we've tried to get feedback and include y'all's ideas in this. And then in December of 2025, we had a board that was committed, and we held our first board meeting, and we officially launched, which is exciting. So we are in the process of applying for our nonprofit status. So we do have a bank account. We do have our own EIN number and all of that stuff, but we are still in the process of applying to the IRS and through the state for our official nonprofit status. In the meantime, any donations, while we are waiting for that nonprofit status, any donations are tax deductible, FYI. So exciting. Our mission is to ignite creativity. Let's go ahead and go to the next slide. Our mission is to ignite creativity and build character by making arts education accessible to every child in our community. We don't want any child to feel left behind or turned away. We want every child to feel like they have the opportunity to engage in extracurricular arts education to hopefully, from our perspective, support what is going on already in the schools and the excellent instruction that is going on in the schools. So next slide. Our vision is kind of three-pronged. The first is we want to create a place of belonging where students, which we will call creatives, feel safe, seen, and inspired to grow. We want to provide high-quality, subsidized music and creative arts education to creatives in the Mid-Dell area. One thing I left off the backstory part is in December, we received confirmation that we had been awarded 2 different grants from United Methodist sources in the total amount of $70,000. And so that is going to be able to help us operate and get this thing up and running and off the ground with all of the tools and resources these students, these creatives could possibly need. With the expectation that we may receive another round of funding from those sources as well. But one of the reasons we created it as a separate nonprofit was, first of all, from a church perspective, we don't see this necessarily as like an evangelistic thing. What we see this is a response to a community need to do justice in our community, to help with education outcomes in our community, kind of from an outreach from a justice perspective. And so it is a non-religious organization. It is a separate, non-religious nonprofit from the church. The church does have kind of equal partnership with it, with people in our community. So our board is made up of half church members and half community members, if that makes sense. And then our third piece of the vision is to build creatives' character, confidence, and creativity through caring mentorship. Lots of C's there. So that's it, to create a place of belonging, to provide high-quality music and arts education, and to build character, confidence, and creativity through caring mentorship. So now I'm going to have Ms. Sarah come up and talk a little bit to us about who this program is for and what it's going to look like.
Hey everybody, I'm Miss Hamill. I'm many of the people here. I am your band director, and it's really nice to see a lot of friendly faces out here. Can we give a round of applause and appreciation for all that Adam has done to prepare for this program? So to kind of piggyback on to what this organization is trying to do, we're primarily serving students 4th through 12th grade, and they are residents of the Mid-Dell attendance zone. And so you don't need to be enrolled in one of our Mid-Dell schools to be a member, to be a creative, but we're primarily serving our zone. We're not trying to bus anyone from Edmond on into this program. It was curated for you. And 4th through 12th seems like a really big age range. And this is not like a youth group where we're all kind of piling them all together and the 4th graders and the 12th graders are hanging out. We have these different divisions that will meet the artistic needs of each of those groups. And then thirdly, this program is for creatives. This is not designed for band students. It's not designed for the orchestra students or just the robotics. It's for all. So we have musical areas, instrumental music. We'll have vocal music areas, visual art, and we'll have our robotics group led by Miss Whitaker here. And then there's one more I'm sure I've left off. What is it? Yes, the visual fine arts like sketching and painting, and really like if there's an interest there, we want to meet that need. And so really this it's hard to read on your end, so I'll read it for you. This kind of sums it all up. That this program is for our inspired, dedicated creatives in our community, regardless of background. So the next thing I was asked to speak about is like, okay, well, you've said a lot of nice things, but like really what is my kid going to be doing for these 2 hours a week? Could we hit the next slide, please? Oh, I thought it was okay. I thought it was like slide. Okay. So I'm supposed to be speaking on the middle school and high school division. What does that look like for our secondary students? One more. Did we dot? Okay. Can you go one more, please? Thank you. Okay. First time. Okay, so the middle and high school creatives, regardless of what instrument you're playing, this is basically what you'll be doing. So it's Wednesdays 4 to 6 p.m. If you're a high school student, sorry, you gotta walk that whole short walk. The students can walk over from the high school, and we'll have snacks and a study hall available for that time between the end of school day and 4 p.m., which is a really great way. I mean, it sounds cheesy, but like you gotta have a snack and make friends, and get some help on your homework so that you can stay eligible for the band contest. And if you're a middle schooler, walking over there, that's a little bit of a long walk. And so we have the option for those who need it to be picked up by the church bus, by a certified and background checked driver and another adult. And we'll pick you up from school on that Wednesday. We'll take you here, and you go straight into snacks and study hall. And so that'll be a good time to get some after-school socializing right before you go into honing your craft. At 4 o'clock, we'll kind of do a general assembly, and then from there, we break into our different zones. So when we were trying to build the schedule, we were trying to get a grasp of what it should look like, because it's not like a youth group, it's not daycare, So what do we want them to do? And what we came up with is for this spring 2026, it will be the studio time. And so all the flute players will go together, all of our string students will go together, and they're working with an expert in that creative area. And they get to have some small group instruction, which if you have ever taken music lessons, that's incredibly valuable. When I started teaching flute lessons, I had someone point out to me that I needed to make it clear what the lesson was. Like in a music lesson or an artistic lesson, it's not like math tutoring. Like, oh man, my kid stinks at math. Let's get this kid some math tutoring, right? It's not like that. When it's creative area, we really are there to hone the natural talent that is already within the child, and so that's what the studio time is designed for. And then after the studio time, around 5 o'clock, there'll be some opportunities for more performance solo time, and that is going to be really led by that expert instructor based on what the students will benefit the most from. And then we end the night with a group music making experience. And Mr. Taylor Rowland here, I think, is going to be our lead man for that. And so it might involve some like brief theory lessons if you're a high school, middle school music person, or even choir. Now, for the maybe the kids in here, when they were in middle school, there was like, if I have to sing, I'm quitting. But I promise it's going to be fun and exciting and welcoming and helpful. It's not going to be like scary, I got to give up because I signed up to play the clarinet and not sing. And so that's what our vision for this next 11 weeks will be for these students. And then of course, for everybody, elementary, middle, and all, at 6 p.m. Wednesday, there's typically a dinner that is provided by Sunny Lane. And so that is, while it's not a requirement, I mean, who doesn't want a nice home-cooked free dinner? And again, another opportunity for not free, $6. I'm so sorry. We got to offset the cost. So there'll be some dinner, and again, some time for students to really hang out and build lifelong bonds. And it's going to be a very unique and amazing thing. I mean, we made this for your students, not just middle school students, not just high school students in Oklahoma, like for the Del City students here. of any area. It's curated for them. I'm incredibly excited for it. Next, we need to talk about what it would look like for the elementary students. We've got 4th and 5th graders right now, and eventually it'll be maybe even younger. So please welcome Mr. Taylor Rowland to come on up here and talk to you about it.
Hello. So, we're going to have the church bus pick up from the elementary schools and drop them off around 3:50. They'll get a snack. We'll have our normal opening notes and announcements. For oral theory and choir, this is something interesting. We won't just be singing. We will be working on relative pitch, and if anyone shows signs of perfect pitch, we'll work on that too. Here's what I mean by that. Here's what oral theory is really about. It's about using your ear and having a really good concept of pitch. Even being able to tell how far certain notes are apart, or in the case of absolute or perfect pitch, being able to tell the exact note exactly. And, it won't be a requirement for anyone to be able to do this, but I promise you, this does teach people to hear music differently, and it will teach you to approach it differently. And as we talk about with a lot of our wind instruments, you may have buttons that, kind of tell you where your notes are, but you really need to use your ears to get everything nice and in tune. This will help with that a lot. I also believe it'll help their confidence levels, too, to sing with a group, especially if they aren't singers. Yep. This next one's something very interesting. Drums and rhythm instruments. We're basically going to have a drum circle led by myself at first and a student teacher, Colin. Where are you at? You in here? Yay, Colin! So this is actually something really important, you guys. Here's the deal. We want to take your kids and turn them into leaders on their own. This is one of the ways we can do that. Give them experience teaching when they're ready to, of course. And I'm going to be working with him at first, but my goal is to have him leading these drum circles, teaching these kids rudimentary rhythms without me, and doing fabulously at it, right? So I'm actually really proud of that. I'm really proud of him stepping up like that. Any of you kids out here, if you feel, like you can or want to do something like that after a while, come talk to us, and we'll see what we can do to make that happen and get you that experience. Then there will be piano and music theory. We do mean basic piano. We do mean basic music theory. These skills are very important for a musician. Here's the deal. As you're performing music, you need to do it in an informed way, right? So knowing your way around the keyboard, being able to visualize the spectrum of pitches that all of your various instruments are playing on, it really helps you know where you are in the fold. It helps you know what you need to do and how you need to do it. Let's see. Wind or string instruments at 5:30. We are so lucky to have a pastor that can teach the string instruments part, because I just do wind instruments and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then at 6 o'clock we have dismissal.
All right, next slide, please. You got it already, awesome. So, how many of you ever heard of a makerspace? Raise your hand. Not very many people. Okay, let me explain what a makerspace is. Our creative makerspace is going to be a place where you create. It is not a requirement of taking music classes. It is an option. We will have, for sure, next slide, a 3D printer, which I'm ordering probably Monday. And we'll have lessons. Those that want to use the 3D printer, I'll teach you how to use it, how to create things that can go on it. Our robotics team, which has very few members right now, we only have 3, so we're open for more. We meet on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock. We usually meet for an hour and a half, 2 hours occasionally. We participate in a competition. It is not BattleBots. Just to get that out of the way. It is not BattleBots. In fact, from what I understand, the program we're in, which is called BEST, is going to be going to 3D printed robots for this next season. So if you're interested in that, please talk to me. We'll get you set up for that. Our creative space is also going to be a place where we can use the 3D printer. Next slide. You may do fabric arts, fabric crafts, sewing machines. We also have a CNC machine, which is a machine that has what's called a router, and that router carves out from material. It can be wood, it could be plastic, could even be some metals. And we have that machine already. As time goes on, we will have other machines in there. On our list is a laser cutter engraver and more 3D printers. So computers, we want to have the ability to do other graphic arts like screen printing. So let us know what you want, and that will help us grow that as we grow as an institute. I guess that's it. Who's next?
I'm back. Hello. Good. Okay, perfect. Communication. I'm going to keep it brief. We have a couple different ways we would like us to stay in touch. And so if you are needing to communicate with one of the leaders of the Creative Arts Institute, we have the Gmail right there, Del City Creative Arts Institute at gmail.com. Next slide. Okay. Now, nope, back one. Thank you. We're figuring each other out. We also have a contact form on our brand new launched website that is nice and shiny and new. Regarding how we're communicating, like my kid's here and I need to pick them up early, or I need to get a hold of their instructor. We'll be using the Band app. So if you just go in your app store, it's on Google Play and the Apple Store, just Band app, B-A-N-D, and then you should just be able to search Del City Creative Arts Institute, and that is going to be just group chat only, so there's not going to be any forum where there'll be one-on-one communication with any students and a teacher. So it'll be a good place. If you have a student enrolled, you need this app so that you can get any updates that we might push out to you. Band app is basically like if a Facebook group and a GroupMe like became one. It's a very good app. And then regarding like the progress your student would need to make, our teachers are going to have ways to have a weekly growth monitoring. So it'll be some kind of paper form or notebook, depending on what your student's doing, that might serve as like a practice log, just tracking for the student and the teacher and you what they're working on as a creative. Now, if you guys have your student and family agreement, we can look at that. I will hit the, would you go to the next slide, please? Thank you. He's rescuing me. I'll just keep leaning over. So I'm going to hit the highlights for the student family agreement form because I think it's good for all of us to look at all this help I'm getting over here. Thank you. So that we know what to expect from each other because clear communication is kind. And so up at the top of this form, we have our mission and our vision laid out there, which is guiding everything we're doing with your students, with your children. And the attendance and the finance and tuition is kind of everyone's sensitive spot. We are operating with limited funds and limited spots, especially as we're kind of in a soft launch stage of our nonprofit. And so while everyone has an automatic scholarship, we really cannot extend an automatic scholarship to our come and go participants, or if you're off and on again. So we just ask that if you and your child decide that this is something you want to do, commit to the 11 weeks that will get us through the end of the school year and come back. But we really need to see you every week. It's just once a week, 2 hours. So we really need to see you regularly for you to grow as a creative. And so if you know, being here regularly is going to be a real issue, we might need to extend that spot to somebody who's on our waiting list. And then the second paragraph is just a quick blurb that kind of covers our liability. So if you need to pick up your student early, it really needs to be you, the legal adult in charge of your child. And if your student, I'm not sure if I see any of the real like student driver high schoolers around here, but if your kid is driving themselves to and from places, some written communication is really what we would need. But please don't, we just don't want to send, you know, your sweet baby home with their best friend's cousin's mama. Like, that's not right. So that's attendance. Regarding the tuition, as I mentioned earlier, an opportunity like this really would be valued around $30 a week. When I was a student, I was taking piano lessons and then later on also flute lessons. So I had 2 music lessons a week, and I know my parents sacrificed a lot to make that financially happen. The good news is, with what we're doing here, every person, every Del City student, every kid in our community right now is getting an automatic scholarship to make tuition only $5 a week per student. And I think that really is deserving of a round of applause, because it's because of the good work that these people did up here. I would never want to write a grant. You did great. And so you can put it up in full tonight, or if you know, like, ooh, tonight's not good, but maybe after payday, but before launch date, you could pay that in full. That's going to be $55 for the 11 weeks between February 11th and the end of the semester. February 11th is our launch date, 2 weeks from today. And then you could do once a month or week to week. Of course, donations are always appreciated, so if you feel called to pay more than $5 a week, ooh, we would take it. And we put it to good use. And so, but on the other end of that, you know, our mission is not serving the students who can pay. It's serving the students from all backgrounds. So if even that $55 for across 11 weeks is not something that you guys can do, we have the opportunity to offer a greater scholarship than that. So it really, if you could just communicate with us about that, because we're not turning away any dedicated young creative over something as silly as money. So. But the people to talk to for that really would be Adam up here, and just get in touch. And if you turn to the other side of the family agreement, this is the kind of the silly stuff. This is what I would call my like syllabus stuff. But everyone in this room, all of your lovely children are good people. They are just great people. And so we're not really anticipating any behavior issues, but we do need to make it clear to our young students that this isn't exactly just like playground time, because we're all on a mission to make them wonderful young adults and creative and hardworking, wonderful people. So you can see out there, we've kind of outlined the general, like, we want to raise good people. And if, really that's all it needs to be said, right? We just want to raise good people. And then we have our understanding of what our job as the Creative Arts Institute is. You know, we're here to provide amazing opportunities. Students, your job, your responsibility is to come every week ready to learn, willing to learn, and be positive and encouraging and excited for yourself and for all the other creatives. And families, you guys have a responsibility too. You've already done it because you're here. You're encouraging your students' interest. You're making the choices to develop that spark in them that turns them into these wonderful adults. And so encouraging and supporting your student at home giving them a place to practice distraction-free at home, asking them about their artwork at home. That's really what we ask from you guys, the family, as the Creative Arts Institute. And I think I think we're all aligned on wanting to raise wonderful young adults. So this when you enroll your student and it's like asking about the code of conduct or the family agreement, this is what you're agreeing to. Okay, I think Adam, you're up next. All right, catch you guys later.
Hang on, I'm making myself a note so I don't forget to say something. Okay, so enrollment. I put together an enrollment form. It's probably too long, but I didn't want to miss anything. That enrollment form you can find on our website under Enroll, or you can scan the QR code on your agendas, and that will take you to the enrollment form. It asks just all the basic information, like what your what your creative is interested in, and what they really want to focus on. One thing I did want to make clear is, as of right now, like we're still in soft launch phase, right? You can kind of either do creative space stuff, activities, or do robotics Tuesdays. But if you're wanting to do the creative space stuff, you kind of have to choose that up front. As of right now, we don't have a way for you to do both. In the future, we're hoping, like even in the fall, there should be a way for you to like enroll in two things. And now, again, that would come with another $5 a week commitment on your part. But yes, that would be the idea, is down the road, we would be able to have more than one day a week that we're doing this, where you could do multiple classes, so to speak. We're headed that direction. We're not there yet. So along with that idea of this being a soft launch, we need y'all's feedback as we go through this semester. We need y'all's input and help figuring out what's working, what's not working, what you as creatives are really enjoying, what you as creatives are like, man, I could do without that. That will help us. And as parents too, things that are helpful, not helpful, please let us know. Email that email. All right, so to enroll, fill out that online Google form. There's like an electronic signature thing at the end that you sign, and that will cover a photo video release, the student family agreement that Sarah just went over, a liability release, and a medical emergency form. And then to finalize your enrollment, we do need at least the first week's tuition of $5 to hold your spot. Or you can go ahead and pay the $55 up front for the 11 weeks. As you leave this evening, if you want to make that payment, Miss Haley, wave your hand. She will be back there, and you can pay in check or cash, or you can pay via PayPal. I will say check or cash works a little better from our perspective, because PayPal takes a small percentage of whatever you give us, unless you wanted to give us a little extra to cover that small percentage. I did want to mention there are going to be lots of different ways to volunteer. There's not just instruction or teaching volunteers. We will need help with snacks. We will need help with transportation. We will need help with having, because one of our rules is we won't have any adults alone with students. There will always need to be another adult around. We will have video cameras in every single classroom. All of our instructors and volunteers will be background checked and sexual abuse training certified. And so we really are trying our best to keep everybody safe. That's part of our vision, right? To keep everybody safe, seen, and inspired to grow. So next Wednesday, we were going to do we were originally planning to do this meeting Wednesday, but we got snowed out. So next Wednesday, there is an instructor and volunteer informational gathering, training, meeting at 6 o'clock. Dinner will be provided if you want to come to that. So want to make sure that you're aware of that. That was the thing that I needed to write down. Anything else that I'm missing there? I think we're good. All right. I'm going to have Sarah come back up and talk a little bit more about transportation and pickup. I think, yeah. Sarah. Now, the check-in, check-out process with the iPads and all that first.
So if your elementary or middle school student requires the transportation by church bus, I'm hoping that this is for our students that they only go home by the bus, and when they go home, there wouldn't be anyone available to take them here. And so if you require that, we will have a spot in the enrollment and form for that to be communicated. It will just be a pickup on Wednesday, the rest of the week, normal way home. And that's gonna be all cleared with your child's school site. And so the school will know these people are picking my child up and taking them, okay? And so, but if that's not you and you'll just do drop off and pick up, or if you are a student driver and you will be dropping yourself off and taking yourself home, we will have a check-in and check-out process. Ideally, it's just 2 hours. It's just 2 hours. So this really should not be like come and go, like maybe if it were an all-day or a week-long camp. It's 2 hours. You'll be there for the 2 hours, but we will still have a process to cover everyone's liability, that you are here, you got checked in, and you got checked out. Yeah, high school students, this is not a come and go experience. This is not, this is not your time to use as you please. This is 2 hours and you'll be with us. You'll stay to the end, and if you need to leave early, you are still, you're still a kid. Sorry, you gotta have your parents' communication. And on the enrollment form, besides just the adults that are in charge of your kid, we'll have a spot for approved adults. So if there's someone else that you are okay with picking your child up, we should know about it. Does that cover everything? Questions? What questions can we answer?
Oh, let's get you a microphone.
We can probably hear you. Just shout it out.
Okay, so for like the middle school that will do the band, if they have an instrument, do they need to bring it?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. So the question was, if they are a middle schooler or really any school age, if they're an instrumentalist, should they bring their instrument? And the answer is yes. Bring your instrument with you.
Can we get orange mic?
Hey, Andy, can we get the orange mic wireless on?
Second question is, I signed up my youngest, and she's not sure what she's gonna want to do yet, because that's kind of new for her, she's in fourth grade. So can she make that decision on that day, or do I need to talk to her?
So yeah, the elementary program is just kind of set. You basically will participate in whatever we're offering that day. So
They need to bring anything, since they don't have,
no, right. We're gonna keep all of the elementary stuff here.
More questions?
Transportation for robotics, there is none because it starts at 6 p.m.
Yeah, it doesn't start till 6. The latest will be is probably 8 o'clock. I try to knowing it's a school night, I try to get the kids out by 7:30. So if you want to do robotics, just let me know. Come at 6, we'll get you signed up.
Two separate enrollments for robotics and Wednesday.
I'm so eager to use
Would you repeat that?
Sorry, say it again.
Like, let's say your kid wants to do art, but they're also interested in robotics or music lessons. Can they enroll in more than one area?
Not yet. In the fall, hopefully. They can do robotics and something else. You could do robotics in creative space or robotics and music, because that would be on Tuesday and Wednesday. But as of right now, you can't do creative space and music because those would happen on the same day, at the same time.
Technically, they could be into, but it would only have to be robotics and something else that happens probably.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
As we grow, that'll probably change, but for right now, that's where we're starting. That's our starting point.
Yeah, I think down the road, our hope is to operate multiple days a week and even add private instruction to some things as well. But that's down the road.
So if we are participating in creatives and robotics, is the tuition still $55 or is it $55 per course?
For this semester, we're going to say that it's just the 55. Now, in the future, if you want to do multiple tracks, it'll be 5 per track.
This, like, no, if you.
Am I able to turn in the money late, like the next Wednesday?
Just talk to me after. I mean, to hold your spot, we need at least the first $5. Wait,
They have to pick them up when we're done.
yeah, at 6 o'clock when we're done, you pick them up.
I did not make that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's all right. Yeah. Let me make that clear. At 6 o'clock, parents will pick up from here. We're not taking them back to the school and we're not transporting them home. So you will have to pick up from here at 6 o'clock. And like Sarah said, you're welcome as a family to stay for the dinner we have on Wednesdays for $6 a person.
What's the deadline for turning in the first $5?
No, I set a deadline. I think it's on the enrollment form. Someone scan the QR code and tell me the date that I put there. I think I said
Brownie points for the first person.
February 6th. I think that first $5 and your enrollment form has to be turned in. Yeah, February 6th is the enrollment deadline. And then we start classes on February 11th. Yeah. Taylor.
Okay, I heard you mention dinner.
Yeah.
Is that directly at 6?
Yeah, that usually starts right at 6. That's a church thing.
Okay, does that price, if they decide to do it, they pay it when they go eat? Or?
Yes. Yeah. And we do say, I will say, as a church, we say suggested donation of $6. That helps us cover our costs. And they make good food, I'll tell you what. Yeah, right, Taylor over here.
Run, Taylor, run.
So, my kid was given the phone at school, but if I want to enroll another kid that didn't get the phone, like my elementary kid, is that okay?
Yes, as long as they, again, we think we may expand to lower ages, but right, yeah, as long as they're in 4th grade or up. Absolutely. Yeah, right now we've only got like 3 elementary school students, and I think we had said we were going to kind of cap it maybe at around 10 or 12, like we'll for this semester. So get them in before it caps out, because yeah. Uh-huh. Oh.
Yes, I'm okay with that. I will. So if you are one of my students and you want to submit your money to me, I'm going to ask that it's on a Friday where Mr. Rowland would be here to collect that. Because I'm wearing a couple different hats here, and I would hate for any money to be mistakenly put in the band safe for band boosters. And Mr. Rowland here is the director. So if you are a student and you wish to turn money in at school, that really needs to be done on Friday where Mr. Rowland can take it.
We do not want to put extra work on this, Sarah. Bring it to me. Very good question. More questions? I'm still
Oh, yep, over there. Also, after we wrap up here in a sec, we are going to do an optional tour so you can see the upstairs where we're going to be doing these studio classes and show you where the fellowship hall is, where you're going to come in and do snack and study hall. We will show you all that stuff if you want to stick around for the tour. All right, question.
So if parents want to volunteer or whatever as a teacher or an instructor, are we able to do that?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Come next Wednesday. We are in process on the instructor form and background checks. The instructor form is ready?
Yeah, we have an application ready, but background checks and safety.
Okay, we will email out the link to the instructor form.
Yes.
Sarah will.
Is there anybody to practice orchestra?
Orchestra? Yes, that will be me. And what grade are you in? Okay, great.
I do have a question for the kids that like are in band in the middle school. What if they don't want to do music stuff?
That's okay. That is okay. We all possess many different talents. And so if you are here and you're in band 5 days a week and you're thinking, I really want to try 3D printing, what am I going to do? Kick you out of band? So no, we all have multiple talents that we're here to foster.
All right.
I have a question. Who's excited?
Oh, hey, Sarah has a question.
Who's really excited? That's band director charisma there.
There you go. There you go. I did want to mention a couple of things. One thing we were planning was for each studio, like trombone studio or flute studio, each studio will do like a recital at some point each semester, probably one recital per semester. And then we will also do like a fundraiser concert per semester that will involve all your students as well.
Those concerts are going to be so fun.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Also, we will have a week-long music and arts camp in the summer. Remind us the dates on the music and arts camp. It's the first week of June, ish week of June. I think it's like this, like six. What is it?
Yeah, it's June 8th through 11th.
Talk in the microphone.
I turned it off.
June 8th through 11th. June 8th through 11th. We will be doing a music and arts camp here as well.
You guys don't want to miss that either. That's really fun. Listen, I'll wear myself.
We don't have a cost for that yet. We will let you know. We will certainly send out that info.
And whatever it is, it's not significant.
Right, yeah.
It covers snacks. Yeah, basically.
Did you have a question? Yes, yeah, I think we've been doing it in the mornings from like 9 to noon.
Yep.
Yeah, get them out the house.
Get 'em out of there.
All right. I think that's pretty much it. We are going to take a quick facility tour. If you want to stick around from that, you can. You don't have to. If you want to submit your enrollment money, you can do that with Ms. Haley at the table on your way out. And turn those enrollment forms in by February 6th. Thank you all. This is exciting. If you want to do the facility tour, why don't you gather with me up here at the front?